Plug in TV.
Okay, welcome back YouTube. I'm back with another video, and yes, this is Plug In TV, and today I have with you Fresco. So Fresco, tell us a little about yourself and what you do.
Alright, so yeah, first of all, my name is Alexander Fresco. We already here, we live, we lit. Coming from Jackson, Mississippi, and I do a little bit of everything. Just all depends on what hat I decide to wear that day. So basically, mainly what I do at the moment is photography, videography, but I also do music, and then just whatever I decide to, put my hand in. Just being a creative all around.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I do the same. Like just anything dealing with like creativity, bringing it to the next level. That's definitely something.
Yeah.
For as videography and photography, so what inspired you to get into like this industry? Because I mean, so many people doing it now. Like you can just get a camera. I can even shoot on my iPhone, but what make you different?
Yeah, so it's like one of the main things that I always see is just like, people always talk about, I guess the equipment that they have and whatnot. And it's like there's nothing wrong with it as long as you can, get your product out there, get your image out there. It doesn't matter. As long as you got something that you can record yourself on or take a picture with, it's still a form of, photography, videography. It just depends on how you put your own spin on it. But so like never think that the equipment is gonna ever be a hindrance to you making a masterpiece,
Right.
But still, what got me inspired into it is just like always not having to, but as people grow into their like adolescence and adult years or whatnot, you're always watching like movies and music videos and anything like that. We see it every day. It's everywhere. We can't escape from it. And it was always movies like The Mask or any of those like 90s things that's gonna, because I grew up in the 90s. So any of those things that's gonna inspire you to want to, do it yourself. You know what, that looks cool. I wanna do that as well. And then you start with that small idea and you make it into a big empire. And pretty much just the things around me, those are the things that inspire me to want to, create and do those type of things and whatnot. I just feel like it's one of those things that people just often get discouraged about because they don't have the right equipment. Nah, always stick to what you know and then build upon that.
Yeah.
That's gonna always be the key.
So I know you said something about 90s. So what's your niche? What is your home dealing with photography? Because I know like some people like over the top dramatic footages. Some people want like retro.
Right.
Some people like now everybody getting back into like the Polaroid thing. So where you at?
Yeah, so I know at the moment right now, I'm dabbing in like film photography. So right now, I'm into like 35mm photography, but I have stepped up, and right now I'm shooting a medium format. So basically, it's just gonna be like 35mm, probably like say like about this big, right? So then resolution-wise. So then with the medium format, it's gonna go from here, and it's gonna be like 4 times that. So it's gonna be like from right here to like right here as a resolution. But as far as like a style and whatnot, at the moment, I really don't have a style. I'm just, I guess, copying what I see and different things like that, because anything and everything is just a tutorial away on YouTube. And you can pretty much do whatever. I just give the standard, whatever. But at the same time, I just always try to make sure I keep it as natural looking as possible. Not saying that,
They catfishing.
Yeah. Not saying that like, I'm just like, trying to get by, but I want it to be as natural looking as possible, because it's just like you go down, it's just you're gonna always look back at that moment in 2020 where your skin was over edited and they had like this glossy look and like the colors changed. Like, nah, whenever you look back on this image, I want you to really, really see what it was, the time that was captured in the image. And it's the same thing with like movies or anything like that. You really can't put a timestamp on it unless it's like, let's just say iPhone 11, and right now you're watching this in 2030. whatever. So this is an iPhone 11. 10 years from now, what it's gonna be? iPhone X 10 Max, whatever. But the only thing that's really gonna date this is just, the resolution, of course, and technology and whatnot. But I just always try to make it as seamless and timeless as possible, and I always, want to give people their best features that they can look back on and be proud of in that moment, not the overall.
So do you think, not to cut you off, but do you think that a lot of people this stepping into photography over edit their video, over edit their photos, or is it a such thing as over editing? And if so,
I think at the same out of all the things you just said, it just comes a time and place where we have to start somewhere. Right. We all have to start somewhere, and then 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, you're gonna go back and look at that, and you're gonna just, I don't want to see it. But it just comes a time where you're just gonna have to go through that phase of over editing, and it just, people are at different levels, and one of the main things, people just compare themselves to other people. You gotta be in your lane. You have to be, doing your own thing, because this person started writing their book, 10 years ago, and here you go writing your book a year, and you trying to get to where they at. It's not possible. You can't do that. But there is a such thing as over editing, and it's like I see it all the time, and I just have to look at it as that's just their way. That's just the way of editing. I can't do nothing about it. It's not my photo. It's not my image. The only thing I can do is try not to be like that, because at the same time, you see other photographers comparing their work, and then they'll go to the photographer's page and they'll post it. The next thing you know, they just they ain't blend their hair. They say it's over edited, and I can tell where they did this. But at the same time, the only reason why you're doing it because your eye is gotten sharp. You can see things like that. Or just like I see movies now, and I understand why they use that certain kind of lighting. I understand how they did this technique. I understand how they, put all this together. And it just, what's so crazy, I just look at movies. I just watched the movie Paid in Full with Wood Harris and
Nick
Cameron,
right?
Cameron and whatnot. But and it's just like whenever it's like a car scene or any car scene period, I just always look, all right, where's the camera? Because the reflection is going to have to be in the car. Like you can't hide that. And I just see it. There they go right there. Like the reflection. It's just like you're always focused on the person, but I'm looking at everything else in the image,
Yeah.
But it's just those certain type of things, and like I said, it is a such thing as over editing. But over time, they're going to see it, and whatever. But still, could possibly be just their way of editing, that's whatever. But I always just try to make sure it's as natural as possible. And whatever they do is what they do, and whatever I do is what I do. There should be no competition. There should be no, I want to edit do your own thing. Whatever works best for you, do that, build upon it, and get better.
Yeah, for sure. So when did you start taking photography serious?
Yeah.
So which one came first? So did you start doing photography, or did you start doing videography work?
So pretty much the whole thing about how it came to be, it was more like I always wanted to do something in that field, either if it was going to be music or if it was going to be photography. So I remember coming out of high school, I remember telling my mom, I was like, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that, between the music and photography. But then she was like, you know what, that's fine, that's cool. You could do that on the side.
But you really need a real job.
But it's not gonna make, right, it's not gonna make you no money. But I was like, all right, well, cool. I'm gonna do what my mom told me to do, whatever. Get to college. All right, cool. I just chose something, and then I chose construction engineering. I went to Hines. Construction engineering, and then as soon as I got into my main classes, I was like, oh, this ain't for me. I gotta get up out of here. And I was telling someone the other day, I was just like, I remember going to class, walking to class, I'm here, put my head down. Teacher already knew I'm not gonna be here.
Yeah.
As soon as that, when I can receive that W, I'm out. And then that's what I did. So I changed from that to paramedic, And then I went through all that prerequisites and went to the main class, and then I really didn't feel confident doing that either. Having to be like responsible for someone's life or driving, and I was like, that's not really what I want to do. So I just ended up going back to Hines and just finishing it out, and then getting the associates. And I was like, well, whatever I decide to do with that, I can just do it with that. And then if I need to do 2 more years, just do 2 more years and then be done. But still, I ended up moving. I moved to Oklahoma for a bit, and I was like, you know what, 2015 was the year. I was like, you know what, if I want to do something, I want to be someone, be somebody, I have to take it out of horns and do it. So then that's when I decided to, focus and get more heavy on doing music and whatnot. So then I started doing the music. I was cool. 2016 came. I was like, all right, music going good. Let me, I need to have a camera that's gonna look good to capture my performances and be good like that. So just always have to be like, hey, can you record me on my camera to get my performances and whatnot? All right, cool. So did that, and then I used to always just take pictures for myself, and then people like, well, who took that picture? Like, I took my pictures. And then, everything was cool and whatnot. So pretty much how it came to be was I was just like, well, I have a camera and I see this person do it, I can do it too. However you edit is how you edit. I used to just take the picture and then Dropbox and then save it from Dropbox to my phone and then edit on whatever app I was using. Because at the same time, it don't matter how you edit or what you edit on as long as you can, get your image. Yeah. At the same time, I do that all the time still. And it's just like you would never know because who will tell you, But anyway, let's go on through the timeline. But 2017 was the year I was just like, you know what, this is something I want to do. I want to get better at. I want to do it. And I just was like, before I officially come out as being a photographer, I want to practice first. So I was like, I was going through DMing people. I didn't tell nobody because I'm like, I'm not gonna come out and then just hit me up, $20, $40, whatever. But I do know at first I was just like, all right, I just want to shoot. And then I'll send like 100 edited pictures. Like, nah, I had to scale it down. But still, practice, shoot. And then when I officially became and went out above and beyond to announce, hey, I'm a photographer now, was August 2017. And my first shoot was this one right here. Was this photo? Well, this was like the set. It was this photo right here, and it was really like, and I just like it was just so good to just see like the image that I could get because like if it wouldn't have went right, I probably wouldn't. I don't know, but it just everything just went the way it was supposed to go, yeah. And then after that, it was just. Yeah, because it was more like, well, what do I do? How do I do it? Like,
did you feel like we're probably like, dang, I'm nervous because I just took this person's money and like I'm just starting.
Oh no, it wasn't for money. It was free, but I had a friend to help me, and she was always supportive of what I was doing. So shout out to Glamour Freak MUA on Instagram, friendship, my dog forever. But she always did shoots and stuff like that, and then she pretty much guided me on everything.
So like undercover mentor basically.
Basically, yeah. So she was the one who gave me my confidence and pretty much sharpened my eye. Well, you didn't do this, you didn't do this, stuff like that. But it was still a great introduction into what I was able to do today. And then as far as videography and whatnot and film, it was more like I remember having to do a music video. This was 2017, within that same year. But this was like February up until like July, something.
Yeah, I feel like music videos, bro. I'm shooting a music video right now for someone, so I just know like it's a serious job.
Yeah.
And like you want to do this so like perfect and so like as soon as you send over the film to them, you want to be like, okay, I don't want them to say anything and stuff like that. So yeah.
And it was more. I remember reaching out to the guy and he was just like, or do you have a script? I was like, oh no, I don't have a script, or let me write something up and do it like that. And then after that first time, I was like, all right, boom, I got it. But still, throughout that whole time, YouTube has taught me a lot. And YouTube has always been like that main force. If I want to know something or I need to know something, YouTube. And it's just like, you can look at my phone right now, and it's just like, that's going to always be the highest app percentage like I use and whatnot. And YouTube, everything. YouTube is key. Google, internet is free. Use that to your advantage. But yeah, YouTubing it up, and anything I need to learn, I did that, and pretty much just taking those taking that knowledge and building upon that, and then next thing you know, I'm working with something.
Now you got like a house now.
Yeah, now I'm trying to, get it to where it needs to be and whatnot. So it's like, I still understand like the basics. I know how to do this and do that, but I know everything's still gonna come with experience, come with time, and you're gonna have to make a lot of mistakes in order for you to, be successful. And at the same time, if you can avoid those mistakes, that's fine. But I've learned a lot of mistakes where it had to be redone, and you just have to redo it and hope for the best. You learn that lesson, you won't never make that mistake again, and then you just go from there. Because a lot of my stuff pretty much have been through trial and error. But that's just the way I learned, like, to be hands-on, do it. All right, I know that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people now learn from trial and error. And when you talk about learning a lot of stuff on Instagram or YouTube or any internet source, what's your take on classes? Do you feel like somebody should pay like $1,000 for a videography class, or like $24 on like an hour class or whatever?
When it comes to stuff like that, I would say it would depend on like workshops and whatnot. I would say it would depend on the person. If you feel like this person can
elevate you,
I wouldn't even say elevate. It would have to be more. It would have to be more. If you feel like this person can really take you to that next level of, there's not a doubt in your mind, you're going to really benefit from paying for this course. Otherwise, you're just being lazy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I hate to be like that or stay like that or knock anybody's hustle or anything like that. But if you're not trying to get it on your own and you're trying, I guess, pay your way for success, it's not gonna happen. Yeah. But I do feel like it depends on the person, because this person can offer you an experience that they went through.
Great benefit.
Right, and that could be a great benefit. Or they have not really a connect, but somebody who's also in that industry that you can, link with or have some type of, rapport with and whatnot. But when it comes to, paying for classes, is it really going to benefit you? Is it just, hey, I have a $10 class and I can teach you the basics? All right, well, I can go to YouTube, watch one video, then I can know the basics. I can watch 10 videos, 20 videos, 100 videos, and they're gonna all be telling the same thing. The only difference is I'm in front of you doing it. But at the same time, not a lot of people are on YouTube like I'm on YouTube, or not a lot of people know the resources or what to look for, different things like that. They'll rather someone be like a classroom setting. But when it comes to different things, I feel like I would say what I would pay for, I would probably pay for an editing class, because at the same time I know I'm more of a, a hands-on type of person, and however this person says it on YouTube, the person that's doing the class, that can come and actually tell me, they can come actually show me what I don't understand versus on YouTube. So there are some benefits, but at the same time, I know it's really going to benefit me. And that's the reason why I would pay for that class, if it was a class like that. But otherwise, if it's just someone telling you, hey, you can do it, this is how I made $1 million, you can too. Different stuff like that. But it just depends. It just all depends. If you feel like it's gonna benefit you, do it. If you feel like it's gonna be the bare minimum and you won't be able to really benefit. If you feel any doubt in your mind, it's not even working.
Yeah, so you talk about learning and networking,
Mm-hmm.
and in the industry, it's hard to probably network in the industry to be like an upcoming. Say for instance, like okay, you're an upcoming model, or like you're an upcoming photographer or videographer. I know you do a lot of stuff with the Jackson Photo Wall.
Yeah.
So touch on Jackson Photo Wall and tell us like what that's about.
Yeah, so pretty much how that came about, it was more, I met with Amanda Page, and we pretty much established a link, a rapport and whatnot, and we just was, working together, two creators working together and stuff like that. And I remember she texted me, she was just like, how would you feel about leading a photo walk class at, what was this, 2018?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2018, that's what it was. And I was like, well, I don't feel confident trying to lead someone, and I don't know what I'm saying, and I didn't feel confident at the time, and I was just like, well, I can't really just be telling someone how they should be, doing something, or I've never taught a class before, or nothing like that. But instead of pushing away from it, I welcomed it, and I was just like, well, I look forward to doing it, and let's do it. Let's, make it happen. So we did it downtown Jackson. It was like March, downtown Jackson. It was cloudy, and I remember.
Was it around like Easter time or something? Was it like cold?
It was like, yeah, it was probably like a little bit after Easter, and because it was like late March. That first one was like late March, something like that. No, it was early March. I'm not. It was early March, before Easter. It was cloudy, downtown Jackson, and it ended up being like 30 people coming out to that one photo walk, and I was just like, damn, this is kind of crazy. Like, people, got the word out. People came. It was dope,
Yeah.
And it was like, well, yeah, the vibes was definitely there, and I know it ended up people because it started like sprinkling and raining and whatnot, but people still came like after that, because it wasn't like bad, but it was just like
like pouring.
Yeah, but it was cool, like a little sprinkle and whatnot, and then people still like 5 more people showed up, and I was like, dang, well, we gotta do it again. And went from that one, did it again. Bigger turnout, so from like 30 to 50. Right, so then, you have some people return, we have new faces, we have new people, new faces every single time, and within that whole time frame of 2 years, we've done a photo walk in New Orleans, in Mississippi State, multiples in Jackson, because we based out of Jackson, so multiples in Jackson, but so I know before the whole, pandemic and whatnot, we was planning to go to, we was going to do New Orleans again. New Orleans was supposed to be in June. I was so mad that we couldn't make that happen because we could never get a chance to go back out there last year. So we was looking forward to doing that and seeing those people again. But we still going to do everything once everything, blows
When the
up.
world opens up, everything's gonna make up for sure.
So I know we plan to still go to New Orleans, Memphis for sure.
Y'all should just do a tour. Cause just do a tour like every stage. I know it's like some dope photographers. Would y'all ever do like international or something? Like
if anything, we're gonna have to get sponsored because that's pretty much what we're looking for. Like to be sponsored so we can make it bigger and better. Possibly have like some food. Possibly have like a big photographer to come down and speak and whatnot. But still, we're just like a growing thing. Is all organic. And for the people who don't know, pretty much what a photo walk is, it's just a group of photographers getting together, sharing tips and tricks, and just getting and setting up a whole community, meeting up in a location, walking, taking pictures. Hey, how you get that image? I got it like this. Different things like that. But with the whole thing that we wanted to create, we wanted to incorporate models and makeup artists, fashion stylists, fashion designers, anybody who's creative, writers, just anything like that. If you feel like you are any of those things, or you just want to be in a community of like-minded individuals, please come out. Please follow JXN Photo Walk on Instagram for all details, for everything, and just, come be a part of the creative process growing in Jackson, Mississippi. Because at the same time, it's all a positive event, and everyone there has always had a good time. And just like I say, like, your kids keep growing, because the repeat of people coming back to the event, plus they bring in their new friends and their new, whatever. But people still coming, and I go to Jackson State, I go to Alcorn, I go to USM, just different things like that. People coming to want to be a part of the event, and like I said, it's a great networking opportunity. You can come and build your team. Hey, I'm a model. I'm new to the area, and I'm looking for a photographer. You can find a photographer with the exact style that you're looking for. Y'all work together, y'all collab, and next thing you know, y'all putting out great content for all to benefit from. And it's just a wonderful experience to, be a part of, and to, I guess, be one half start, or, the team that we have, we always, vote for like different themes and locations and meetups and different things like that. So that's me, Amanda, also got Austin and Kendrick, and we always, come together and, make the Jackson Photo Walk be what it be. So I do encourage you all, if anybody were to come out and come to this positive event, just follow JXN Photo Walk and come be a part of the madness, for sure.
Yeah, so I know you said you're a videographer, so I'm touch base on videography again. So being a videographer, I know you probably have like inspiration, or so what's like a music video or a music artist that you just like would shoot that video like for sure?
So I find myself always looking at the weekend visuals, and I'm just in this point in my, I guess, videography career and whatnot, just trying to figure out what's going to make this different. Of course, people can always gain inspiration. They can do it like this or do it like that, but what's going to be different? Yeah. And just watching the weekend's video, it's more like, how can you come up with these different things and whatnot? Just like, what's the video? It's not, I think it's Heartless.
The new one. The new album, like his new album, like that 85, and I knew there's like something like you be going for.
Yeah, so like the editing style, the color choice, different things like that. And I just feel like, all that is like super, super dope. And it's just like, how can I, do it like that? Because out of everything, of course, I can kind of like pick and choose, like, like I say, like, how did they get to this? How did they film this? But with the weekends video, it's always something just, and then he always have like the storylines. You know where he's about to do, where he's about to go, different things like that. And I just really like try to base all of my inspiration, like trying to catch the audience by surprise and whatnot. But still, I'm just in that process of like what's going to make it different, because like I said, I don't know everything. I'm still learning, and everything's going to come with experience. But still, how can I get to that next level? Yeah, different things like that.
Yeah, so that's going to end up wrapping up this video.
For sure.
Thank you for coming out, Fresco.
No doubt.
And until next time,